We want to look at this particular question. We want to see how best we can use the completing of squares to find the value for x which satisfies this quadratic equation. If you have not subscribed to the channel, kindly do so for more interesting episodes to come. Now, as I've been saying in our previous lesson, anytime you encounter a quadratic equation of this form and you want to use the completing of squares to solve this quadratic equation, the first thing that you have to do is to transpose the constant to the right hand side of the equal sign. So this is negative, it will become what? So once you are done with this, you have to make sure that the coefficient of x squared is 1. If it is not 1, you make sure it is 1. So how do you make the coefficient of x squared be 1? You can do that by dividing through by the coefficient of x squared, which is what? 3. So we are going to divide here by 3, divide here by 3, divide here by 3. So from here we can see that this 3 will cancel this 3. We are left with what? X squared minus 4x all over 3 is equal to 1 all over 3. Once we are done with the coefficient of x squared, we move on to the coefficient of x. To complete the squares, we are going to multiply the coefficient of x by half, and then what do you do? We square it. So from here we are going to get minus 4 all over 6 all squared. So we can break it down to get minus 2 all over 3. Now once we have this, we are going to add this to the left hand side and then to the right hand side of the equal sign. We are going to add it to both sides of the equal sign. Then we have plus. So we have 1 over 3. Then we have plus this. Since we are having squared, let's group the squares together. One over 3. Now when we remove the bracket or we expand, we are going to get 4 all over what? 9. Now we have x squared. We have squared here. We can write this in the form of x minus 2 all over 3 and all of this squared. Now when you simplify this or when you point it on your calculator, you are going to get 7 all over 9. So looking at this, we have a square here. So to do away the squares, then we have to take the square root on either side of the equal sign. So we take the square root on both sides of the equal sign. Now the moment we take the square root, this side is going to be plus or minus. So from here, you can see that this square will cancel the radical sign. You'll be left with x minus 2 all over 3 is equal to plus or minus root of 7. This is going to give us what? 3. We are still looking for x. So we can decide to find the additive inverse of minus 2 over 3. We add it to both sides of the equation. Or we transpose minus 2 over 3 to the right hand side of the equal sign. So we will have s is equal to this will give us 2 all over 3 plus or minus root of 7 all over 3. We have plus or minus, so we can split it to have our first x1 is equal to 2 plus root of 7 all over 3, or our x2 is going to be 2, then we have minus root of 7 all over 3. So the value for x to satisfy this quadratic equation is either x is equal to this or s is equal to that. This brings us to the end of today's lesson. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.